Hello, hello, hello. We are live. So we had some technical issues getting online here, but we are here. Seth is coming in a second, and we are presenting today our phase one. So for everybody that is basically new to Blend Precisely and or you haven't met us, we are Katrine and Seth. I'm going to pull Seth in. Here we go. Seth and Katrine. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Let's see. Yeah, perfect. It's working. Okay, great. So I'm going to put up a little tiny presentation just to recap one more time what it was all about and what these 6 phases we are walking into will mean and what they mean for you. And then we are going to go into phase one that is going live this Friday on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. And we will be ready for you. And I hope you're ready for us because this one is our phase one out of 6 phases. And the goal is to get live with all 6 phases until the end of this month. So let me just share the screen and not waste too much time. Here we go. I think you should be able to see that. Maybe I'm gonna do this view for now, and then it's easier for everyone to see. So basically, just quickly, Blend Precisely, the new Aroma Playground has been requested for over a year, basically since LabAroma closed their doors. People were coming. I miss LabAroma. I would love to have these type of things in Blend Precisely. And as you all know, this is a lot of work to implement something new. The ones that have been with us for like 4.5 years at this point, they know that we are always actively trying to fulfill wishes and add new things pretty much every month. Now, this one is quite a big adjustment or a new addition. And that's why we are actually working on it in phases. And we are getting the phases out one by one. So again, this week we're going to have phase one ready. So let me just quickly, if you're new to Blend Precisely, or if you would just like to know the phases and have a refresher or something else, I'm just going to go through them for a moment, and then we're going to dive into the GCMS playground itself, the upload phase one. So again, this Friday, phase one goes live. And what that means is you're going to get a GCM upload area. And you have currently upload your GCMS already, but it's basically just, how would you call that, Sash? Just a holding space to hold your GCMS report. It's not doing anything.
Right. Yeah, it's just mostly a reference for you to look at. But up until now, we haven't given you a way to get the constituents out of them.
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen this week. So basically, everybody that became our Blend Precisely lifetime customer will have access to phase one Friday evening going forward. We are pushing it in the evenings just because there's less traffic in Blend Precisely, and we don't want to interrupt anybody working in Blend Precisely. So we mostly push everything new on an evening or on a Sunday. That's when we see the least amount of traffic. So we will dive into this one. I'm not going to go too much into details because you will see it in a moment. Phase number 2 is going to be the actual Aroma Playground, as we call it lovingly. And this one will be basically everything what you can see then. All the GCMS reports you have uploaded will be visible, your own ones, but then also we have pre-populated a little bit over 120 GCMS reports for you to play around with. So those one will be available in phase 2. And that one probably will go live next Wednesday, I believe, but we'll see. So the next phases is phase number 3. This one has a big little square, and it's because it will carry a lot of information. So once you go from your playground, you uploaded your data, you go into the playground where you have an overview of all of the essential oils that are yours, but also Blend Precisely essential oils, the GCMS reports. You will be able to click into individual essential oils, and that's where you will see the basically exposed data in depths of every essential oil GCMS, but also what belongs to the GCMS and the essential oil itself. That will be phase 3. That will come actually live shortly after phase 2 goes live. Then phase 4 is what we heard and see, and I use it as well, is comparison data, meaning you grab a couple of or 3 or 4 essential oils and you want to see them just side by side and compare them. So that's a lot of aromatherapists actually do this. And also, if you don't have an oil, you would like to find a substitute oil for that, and then you can view them next to each other if it would fulfill your needs, therapeutic needs, or also, of course, anything else in terms of how you blend.
Wasn't this one one of the most requested features that people loved?
The comparison is
Right.
important for aromatherapists, and I know why. It's just you do want to see them next to each other and not always go in and out of your screens. So I'm excited about this phase for sure. Then phase 5 is the aggregated stock blend view. So this is a little bit when you put together a stock blend and you want to know what kind of families and all of the constituents and therapeutic properties and all the make of a stock blend, basically, when they come together. That's going to happen in phase 5. Now, just pointing out, we obviously don't know what any of the doTERRA oils have and or any of these synergy blend oils that you can purchase, because we don't know their formula and we cannot display that. If you know a formula or if you have repeated it, you can input it yourself as a stock blend, and then you can see the aggregated view. And phase number 6, we demonstrated that last week, is actually our new Blend Precisely evidence database. So where you can put in an oil and then you will get a lot of research papers back, and then you can work with those research papers even further to satisfy your customers or the needs of your products, your product descriptions, or anything like that. So that's basically happening in those phases. And then also we mentioned that everybody that signed up to our Blend Precisely lifetime value will get their personalized data sheets with your oils, and they will carry pretty much all of these information, plus also what the oil is costing with your logo and your website address. So anything like this will be in there as well. So it's a really neat, beautiful feature. I've been actually looking and created those ones years ago when I was in Portugal, and I did those by hand, and it took forever to create a data sheet, especially if it's supposed to look a little bit nice. So those are our 6 phases. And if you're watching us right now from YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, feel free to put in questions. We will definitely answer them as well. So today we are going to take you inside of Blend Precisely, and we are going to look at our phase 1, the GCMS upload. So what we're going to look at is, first of all, the different GCMS reports. Holy gamoly. Then also some people having no GCMS reports, but they have the certificate of analysis. And we will just look over them quickly as well. We will mention the differences in GCMS reports. What happens if you have a French one and you need the English translation? We're going to talk about how the parsing of your documents will actually work in detail. We're going to look over that and why it might take 1 to 3 minutes to actually parse them and get the data in, and what it means when the data is in and what you can do with the data. How I compare for accuracy. So when the data has been parsed and it's in there, what I do, so it's easier for you to understand the changes you can make or adjustments you need to make. And then also we will quickly talk about the full ingredient editing capabilities that Seth added on top of everything. So you can just edit all of your data in your inventory right now as well. So that's that. And I think what we're going to do is go into the first one. And I'm going to just open this one up, and Seth will help me to get through the whole jungle of what I want to present. But basically, let's start out with the different GCMS reports. And I just wanted to mention that we really try to take great care of addressing all these different kinds of GCMS reports. And maybe, Seth, you can take just a moment to explain what you've seen so far, and I can also open them up here. But
Well,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm actually really excited about it. We've gone deep into AI as a tool to make sense of the information in these documents. We looked at some other standard techniques, but it just turns out that AI is better at getting all of the names and translating them and doing all the things that are necessary here.
I want to just
So,
pause for a moment because still we have, there's still people skeptical about AI. And I just want to take the fear out because there's AI and then there's AI. So AI has been existing for quite a long time already. And we had OCR before, where it's like the scanning of images and taking. So you yourself went through many different versions of how to get data out of GCMS reports.
yep, yeah. We tried some professional document parsing services, and they just didn't stand up. So you need some, because we're working with chemical names and some very specific details. You really need something that's quite good at taking arbitrary documents and making sense of them.
Yeah, and when we
So
talk about these documents, just quickly, I wanted to go in. This one here is plant therapy. So we looked at plant therapy, and I think plant therapy has probably the longest type of documents. This one, for example, is 11 pages long. I believe it was vetiver. Yeah. So throwing a kind of document like this into a system and say, hey, find all of the constituents and also all of the numbers with it was not an easy task. But I think through many iterations and also finding the right system for you in the back end, you did find possibilities to actually extract that all for you already.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of testing on accuracy and completeness and getting all the bits and pieces. Um, we have a very high success rate at getting a vast majority. Oftentimes, it is completely accurate. Um,
Yeah.
so the catch. Can you actually just show the screen of the? Are you ready for that to show the
Yeah,
side
I
by
wanted
side?
to go through the agenda quickly a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
just let's talk just quickly. So all of the GCMS reports we have. So I went into Nature's Gift. I just wanted to show you Nature's Gift, for example, they have certificates of analysis, which is a little bit different than a GCMS report, yet they do show all of the constituents in here. Often you see what was interesting, and it raised a lot of questions then on my side as well, is, well, it seems like there are a lot of French documents coming back and analysis as well. So my thinking is either they get the same oils from, or not the same oils, but either they get their oils from France, and who knows who the distiller is, I don't know, or a lot of them are being tested through French testing companies. So I have no idea, but we often found documents that actually have also the French writing, like Floriana, for example. Let's go here to a document and let's just put in orange, maybe. Let's see if I can find orange here. And so if you go into a GCMS report for orange, technical documents, oops, GCMS, and you open one up here, you will find, well, this one actually is in English already, but you have a huge variety of documents in here and from different suppliers. And I know that most people are a fan of plant therapy, Eden's Garden, Floriana, aromatics, and so on. So we have looked at all of those GCMS reports. One that was a little bit strange is the doTERRA one. The doTERRA one actually goes side by side by side. So that's not the easiest one to get in a row and also alphabetically sorted, or the way the GCMS report sorts it. And that is existing as well. I think I have it here and I can open it up quickly. Let me just get it so you can see a doTERRA one.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that there is such a variety of documents and formats out there.
Yeah, I know, right? So I just wanted to demonstrate a few different ones so you see what you're up against when you download your GCMS reports. So this one here, for example, has them side by side and it goes like this. And it says 100% down here. And then others are the ones just like what I showed you, where it goes all the way down. And then we have 14 pages. So that's what actually took the longest right now to figure it all out, how to make it possible for you to upload your data. Okay, so that being said, the way you do it in the background is if you see a different language, it's being translated into English. Seth?
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you were making a statement, but you were asking me. So the answer is yes.
Yes, I saw him nodding, and that was about it. I lost my husband.
Mm.
Yeah, so those ones are being translated over then. If you see anywhere that it comes out in French or other languages, we are translating them over into English for you. So you actually have a set of all the same data, which is also easier than to show you the chemical families and everything you need to know about your essential oil. So I just wanted to go in here and show you how something would work. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right. So let's just actually, we just downloaded here. Which one was that? The orange. So the first step you would want to do when you do your data is you find your essential oil. You make sure it's the right supplier. Let's just here, it's essential oils. Let's just go over and see Floriana. Not sure actually which order it was, but I'm going to use this one now. And then I click into GCMS, and then I'm going to click to upload or replace a GCMS report. And let me just find, Seth is always laughing about me because he's just like, you need to take the latest one. But that's this one here. I just got this one in. So I'm going to go in here now. So while it is doing its thing, you will see this little blend precisely coming in and out. But what is happening right now? Why does it sometimes take a minute or 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's primarily about the length of the thing. So on one of the ones you showed me, I think there's like 120 constituents. It's extracting the data, then it's making sense
Oh,
of the
yeah.
data. And then as it's going through there, one of the things it's doing is it's adding in information like what is the CAS number. So there's a lot of different names, common names or synonyms for the constituents. If you go to PubChem or something like that, you'll quickly become overwhelmed by all the different names for the same thing. So with this, the CAS number is going to be unique though for a very specific thing. And one of the things I like about Florian is that oftentimes they simply give you the CAS number and we use that.
I think it was a different one. I don't think it was
No,
Floriana.
okay. All
Yeah, I
right.
think it was actually plant therapy or some of, we are getting confused slowly too, but it was not Floriana, I think, that gives you the CAS number.
I see. Well, at any rate, the part of the processing time is figuring out what is the CAS number. If we find it in our database, then we use it. Otherwise, we have to do some internet magic and go find it. So that's basically what it is. So the more these constituents you have, the longer it will take.
Yeah. Okay. So we have this document now parsed. So it took actually under a minute to get all the data out. The first thing you will notice is it has 20 constituents. That's a little bit of maybe, how do you say, like a corner point for you to double check and make sure that's correct. But when we go down, we want to see that all of these data points came in correctly as well. Now, every single data point you can adjust. And again, it is a system. It happens in the back end that it might miss something. But from all the tests I have done now, it's very, very minimal. So mostly you can go through, it's like, yeah, right. Okay, this one is essential oil. And then here, for example, expression, it came out fine. So then the batch number it's going to look at, here is the lot number. It got this one, I believe, fine too. IT probably stands for Italy, AZ161. So I just go always quickly through. Here, the GCMS, the density, it did not pick it up. So I would just change it and click save and then leave it at this one. It came from Italy. The expiration date is 12/25. It picked that one up fine. And then it's also using the test. So 100%, almost 100% perfect in here. Then you come down and the magic really is now that you find all of your data here and you can go through. So a little bit of what I wanted to talk about is, so first of all, you can stop parsing at any time. So when you say, oh gosh, I uploaded the wrong document, that's the wrong one, here's going to be a button that says then stop parsing, and you can stop at any time your parsing process. So parsing again is, it grabs the document, it takes the document, puts it into Seth's backend, whatever. I've never seen that one. Does the magic, and then it comes up. But you can stop the process if you chose the wrong document. Then the next step is that you're able to override any kind of information you see in here if you find maybe something didn't line up 100%. Then the next step, what you want to do is definitely compare your data quickly. We managed to get it in line with the document like 99% of the time, that when you go down, it's like, alpha pinene 0.57, beta pinene 0.019. I can see very quickly now that these ones are in here. And I just always do a little quick overview. I want to make sure that the most important data, for example, the limonene 95%, is definitely in here with the correct number, because that will then also give you all the details in the playground itself. So you want to go down and make sure that everything is in here. And if something is missing, decanal, for example, these two got turned around. Citronella, wait a second, linalool. No, it's actually here. Yeah, the citronelle is turned around. That one came second, 0288. That's correct. So that's how I normally go down. Neral, geraniol, then this one, beta, and valence beta and alpha. They're all here. So it's 100% lining up, 99.546. And this one is rounded a little bit. Probably if you would want to, Seth could even put it into 3 numbers after the dot, but it's all here, 100%. This one is done for me. It's uploaded, the data is in. I don't need to type all these weird names in. I don't need to search. I don't need to put up Excel spreadsheets and so on. So this is how I also compare the data. So the most important thing I think also you do want to find in your data is the density. And the density is just really, really beautiful and important for your pricing and also your calculations in the back end to have the density. So get used to looking for it. Sorry, I just wanted to, I know, just a second, look for density, but there's also gravity, right?
Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, specific gravity is identical to density, because the specific gravity is, well, I'm not going to describe it, but for the purposes of aromatherapy, it's identical.
Yeah, so that is here as well. And then also, this will be a little bit more elaborate, this button, but you can actually then make it bigger. So you can just click on it and then it comes up in a big form as well, in a big version. So you will be able to enlarge your document. You will be able to parse another document, to overwrite this document. You will be able to stop the loading of the document. You will see the pre-populated data right now here already as a little overview. In the playground, you will have more options. You will have many more charts then, but this one gives you already a really sweet overview of everything. And once that's in, And I would highly recommend for anybody that starts using it on Friday or Saturday, and start uploading your documents into your system. So when the playground goes live, the Aroma Playground, you will already see all of your documents in there, and you can have a beautiful overview of your pricing, your drops, the cost per drop, the cost per gram. You will see the flower then and the constituents. You will be able to use the filter already. So it's going to be super, super beautiful. And
So
yeah.
yeah, you might want to show them they have an ability to sort on these columns, the names and the quantities and all of that.
Oh, here. Yeah. Okay. So when I click here, you can sort up and down. You can, oops, you can sort by name. And you will be able to do that then as well. So yeah, so basically, let me just take over one more time the sheet here, what I wanted to show. So yeah, you can sort the columns, but then also you will be able to, let's see here, the full ingredient editing capabilities. So I'm going to take this as a last item. We went basically through what is a GCMS, how do they look like, the differences of a COA and GCMS. We looked and talked about quickly about why parsing a document can take anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, that you can stop the parsing, you can overwrite the current document with a new document if you made a mistake, or you just, I don't know, want to overwrite it. You can edit and delete all of your data inside of the GCMS report, and you can also the pre-populated density when it doesn't find the density, because that's sometimes the case. Very rarely again, but sometimes it is there. We have pre-populated it with 0.86 because that's the average of most essential oils we have found throughout putting 400 oils in there. But as we know, vetiver and so on, they are heavier. But you will be able to adjust the density then as well. Different ways of editing I showed you. There is also how to compare for accuracy, how I go through and compare the data, and you can make also changes to the numbers as well, to the density numbers, and also every other detail in the document. Now, I just wanted to touch base for how the ingredients will actually change for you. So you see here, and maybe Seth, you can take, oh no, Seth cannot. Maybe you can just, Seth? Okay, so basically the change Seth did as well is that every single ingredient you took over from the ingredients database from over here, if you say, okay, this one is mine, and you bring it over, you will be able then to bring it over here and it will be completely editable. Before that wasn't the case. Now that will be the case. Every single field will be editable for you, and you will be able to change anything around as you need. If it is a blend precisely ingredient, or if it is just a regular ingredient for that you actually enter it. So it doesn't really matter which ingredient is, but all the fields will be available for you to edit and make sure it's there for you. So I'm gonna open up if you have any questions, and even if you have questions, if you do the rewatching of the video, and if you have questions, please do send us an email, because I would love to, of course, answer them. And as a last one, next week, we will be talking about the Aroma Playground, the big reveal of the Aroma Playground. We hope to do it again on Wednesday of next week. And I don't know, Seth, do you have anything else to add, maybe?
I would just like to highlight the bit about the density. We've been the consequence of not getting that right will be incorrect prices and wildly different things appearing in the aromatherapy section where you're creating your product. So you want to pay special attention to that one.
Yeah, so we did that in the past for you, but we got such loud responses that everybody wants to just add their own data. And save it and so on. And I completely understand. So we are putting it now into your hands as well. Now, if you copy a blend precisely ingredient over to your own ingredients and you use one of ours, you will still find the density in there and also the information attached to the specific ingredient. But from here on out, you can do everything yourself, especially from Friday on out. So definitely use that capability. It's all in your hands, and you can do like incredibly detailed and precise pricing with the density and also now with all of these documents. So just as a reminder, and just a quick reminder that our Blend Precisely lifetime is going to go away on Friday. And I receive emails every day. It's like, can it hold on a little bit longer and so on? We do want to stay true to what we say, and we will be closing it as soon as phase 1 goes live, and that is on Friday. And you can go actually to the emails we send. I will send a recap email of this one too. There's always a link at the bottom, and you can use that link to sign up still and use it. And it's going to look like this. It's $490. It's a lifetime value. You will not pay ever for Blend Precisely again for the software. So you can just grab that link, sign up, and be done with paying for Blend Precisely pretty much after that. So I'm going to put it in here just for in case you want to look at it, and then you can use it as well. It's a super good deal. Normally, this whole thing would definitely be way more over the years. So you will be saving quite a bit of money because you will have not only Blend Precisely the aromatherapy available, you will also have the skincare, the playground, the inventory is there anyway. You will have access to the AI prompts, and we are also working on a few calculators like retail and batching and soap calculators and so on. So we are working on a few more things, but that's going to go away definitely on Friday. And I think most people do understand.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize that like future features that we're putting into Blend Precisely, they're folded in. We're not so. I need to talk into the marketing specialist here so I don't get into trouble. But is this?
Yeah, they will be folded into the price. So these people that catch the Blend Precisely lifetime value will be our VIP customers, and they will get access to all future features, including everything I just talked about. So we are, I don't know the exact number. The last time I looked, we were 85% filled, I think. So it's either the seats are gone or the feature goes live on Friday. And that's pretty much it. So just as a recap quickly, I think if you have any questions, one more time, phase 1 is going live this Friday. Phase 2, the Aroma Playground, we are hoping to get live next Wednesday, then followed by phase 3, 4, 5, and 6 until the end of the months. So Seth is going to be extremely head down to deliver that to you. If there's a little delay, normal, it's software, but you definitely will be able to play around with that big times starting this Friday already. All right, that's it, I think, from our side. Is there anything else you wanted to mention, or I think we covered it?
I think nothing so much technical, but I'm really excited about this. I think I'm really impressed by the conversations I've had with aromatherapists. That there's a real sense of trying to be more scientific, more accurate, more clear, and it really kind of blew my expectations from where I started like 5 years ago, where I thought it was just a bunch of people sitting around making nice perfume or something. But I've been wrong.
Yeah. Well, there's so much more behind that. And I also see now more and more cosmetic formulators really paying special attention to essential oils and their therapeutic properties, folding that into their formulations. I know that soap makers are anyway already on the aroma path as well. The same with natural perfumers. So there's a lot going into different areas of business, and always with a little bit of essential oils and aromas. So it's beautiful to see that it's not just one, not just consultations, but it's being used across many, many businesses. So yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Let us know if you have questions. We are here for you as always. And let's move forward. See you back next week. Same place, same time. All right. Bye, everyone. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.